viene Cuchufo, saca la pelota Cuchufo para Enrique engancha, le va a tocar para Diego, ahí la tiene Maradona, lo marcan dos, pisa la pelota Maradona, arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial, y deja el del va a tocar para Borruchaga, siempre Maradona, genio,
Hello, for people who are watching us, I'm Santiago Vilalba, I'm the Consul General of Argentina, and here is Noria Dutrey, the Consular Cultural Attaché, and we have this marvelous artist, B.K. Fox, who painted this extraordinary mural, and one of the owners of the ground, Marius. Thank you for joining. And we as diplomats, we are traveling around the world, and usually when people ask, where are you from? And we say Argentina, people say, oh, Argentina, Maradona. Argentina and Maradona are all together. Maradona equals Argentina. And around the world we have experienced how important is Maradona and how he left a lot for us. And that's the reason we are here, just to honor Diego Maradona.
Okay, we are inside right now with Marius. Marius, one of the owner of the ground. The ground is an indoor football facility. So our first question, Marius, would be why football? Because I know why football in Argentina, but here in the US it's like the fourth or third or fourth most popular sport.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Norway, so I grew up with football my whole life. I played since I could walk. And then, as you know, in Europe, same as in Argentina, football is by far the biggest sport. And when I moved to New York 20 years ago, I realized that New York has people from everywhere, so many Europeans, South Americans, Africans. So football was definitely bigger in New York than the rest of the US, and there's leagues everywhere, and it's growing rapidly. So right now, all the different leagues, the Premier League, all football is huge in New York.
What is your relationship with Maradona? Because you told me that the wall, the mural that was painting outside, you choose personally these football players.
Yes, well, I'm old enough, so I grew up in the 80s, and my first real World Cup was 86 in Mexico. I mean, you'll never see anyone do what he did in 86. That will never happen again. It was just incredible to watch. And we also watched him in Napoli. In Europe, they showed Italian games. So for me, Maradona is the best ever. So he was first on the wall, first pick, no doubt. The day he died, we rushed down here because we knew people would be showing up. But we never expected the turnout we've had for 2 weeks straight. We had Argentinians come with Boca shirts, Argentinian flags, but also a lot of Italians from Napoli. Grown men crying out there. It was amazing, lighting candles, and it went on for almost 2 weeks. So it was great to see.
We are here now with B.K. Fox. She's the artist who painted the mural of Maradona. She's a public artist. In fact, she paints photorealistic murals just with spray, no brushes. So congratulations, it's fantastic what you have done. And she told me that with his paintings, her aspirations are to emotionally move others, to impact on the reality of other people. And you really move a lot of people here to this site to honor Maradona, and they cry in your mural, in your painting. And how do you feel about that?
It's a coincidence because I painted it 6 months ago or so, 8 months ago, for the opening of the ground, the soccer place here in New York. And it's just it's sad at the same time, but it happens to be a coincidence that it's up there already. You know, a lot of people, I'm sure, will paint tributes to Maradona now, but it happens to be there already. And when I was painting it, there's a bunch of groups, a Facebook group I know of Argentinians in New York who people kept coming over with flags and, you know, telling me, oh, we're part of this whole Argentinian thing. We're so happy to have you painting Maradona in New York. You know, it's like a close-knit little group in New York, Argentinians in New York.
So to finish, the last question to VK is how this became reality. I mean, the concept of Maradona was when Mario and Paul came to you and asked you for this special painting.
So they commissioned me to paint all of these portraits of all of the, you know, their favorite football legends, and Maradona they chose to be on the very outside because that was the greatest of all time in their opinion and the most visible from the street. And I suggested maybe some of the younger, you know, more well-known to the kids kind of soccer players, and they insisted that it be the greatest of all time, the legends, the best that ever lived, and Maradona was that for them. So they asked me to put him on the very outside, and I started last year in February or March, and I put it up just before quarantine, just before COVID, and it's been here ever since, the last 6 months.
Thank you very much, Mikael, really, because you gave a lot of people the opportunity to say goodbye to their idol. Thank you.